We are saddened to announce the death of Mrs. Albertha Madgrie Duncan, also known as Mrs. Rose Oma Uford of Plateau, Babono, who passed away on the 29th of January 2017 at her residence in Plateau at the age of 83 years at 4:15 p.m. She was predeceased by her husband, Jean-Baptiste Duncan, also known as Uford, her son, Andrew Duncan, better known as Bogley. Left to mourn are her 13 children, her sons, John and Johnson Prosper, and families of the USA. Augustine Duncan, also known as Hacking, Cyril Duncan, also known as Rhino, employed of Sandals, Golf Resort and Spa, Golf Course Department. John Duncan of Plateau Babono, Vincent Duncan and Valence Duncan, both residing in Barbados. Her daughters, Eileen Prosper and family of Barbados, Isabella Duncan, also known as Wiwin and family of Barbados, Irene Duncan, also known as Urena of Plateau, Brenda Hippolyte of Plateau, Felicia Duncan, employed of Massey Stores, Local Produce Department, Shock. Tracy Duncan, also known as Tio, employed of Laguerre Combined School, adopted daughter, Marilyn Seeley of the USA. 31 grandchildren, including Chesler Duncan of Plateau, Marvin Duncan, student of Taiwan, Katrina Duncan, also known as Kian, Murnell and Murnella Duncan, Darren Duncan and Darren Duncan, also known as AJ, Niall Duncan, Cordella Duncan, also known as Talia, Denver Duncan, Neticia Duncan, also known as Cooley, Angus Tishaw, Jonathan Duncan, also known as Coco Boy, employed of Windjammer Landing, Beach Resort and Spa, Jonelle and Chevelle Duncan, all of Plateau, Shanna Prosper and family of the U.S., 8 great-grandchildren, 4 sisters, Ramona Charles and Muriel Shawan, both of St. Croix and their families. Julietta Adwell and family of Balata, Leonie Prosper, also known as Ojo of Balata, who was also her best friend, 2 brothers, Dennis Leos of Balata, Babono and family, Patrick Prosper, also known as Harold and family of Canada. Brothers-in-law Robert Duncan and family of Grand Riviere, Myron Edward of Balata, Babono, Frank Sherman of St. Croix, Elias Duncan, also known as Yuyu and family of Moshi, Willie Duncan and family of Massad Grosselet, sister-in-law Frances Prosper and family of Balata, son-in-law Peter Hippolyte, also known as Padat of Plateau, Babono, employed of Windjammer Landings, Beach Resort and Spa. Daughters-in-law Arlene Duncan of Barbados, Nicole Prosper of the U.S. Extended family Elma Wilson of the U.S., DeFreitas Remy, also known as Fire, Crescentia Chrissy David of Plateau, Cheryl Emery. Close friends Mrs. Amalia Paul, Miss Christina Wilson, Wilsiana Charles, also known as Miss Cian, all of Plateau, Gianna Sutherland of Mornier, Miss Bibiana Lecotte of Laguerre, Mrs. Teresa David Joseph and her siblings of the U.S., Marcella Alexander of Balata, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, Parliamentary Representative of Babono. Also left to mourn the Duncan families of Plateau, Laguerre, Grand Riviere, La Bonne, Moshi and Grosselet. The Montout families of Balata, Grosselet, Foisson and Babono. The Prosper families of Balata, Millet and Denry. The Gasper families of Foisson, Babono, Grosselet and Rivière-Mita. The Leos families of Balata and Bourgis. The David families of Moshi and Pébouche. Many nieces and nephews of French Guiana, the U.S., Balata, Grand Riviere and Grosselet. The funeral of the late Mrs. Albertha Madgrie Duncan, also known as Miss Rose Oma Uford, will be held at the St. Joseph the Worker Roman Catholic Church in Grosselet on the 16th of February 2017 at 2:30 p.m. And then the body will be interred at Grosselet Cemetery. The body now lies at Crick's Funeral Home Limited in Pidboutai. Please note the family kindly asks that floral prints can be worn to the funeral service.